an eargasm of learning and a no-fuss show. Welcome to the Creative Talk Podcast, where you can learn straightforward topics about branding, digital entrepreneurship, online business, and many more with your charming host, John Santos, along with inspiring entrepreneurs, creators, and thought leaders worldwide.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Creative Talk Podcast with me, John Santos. And today we have a very special guest and a very special episode. Why? Because we are not, we're more than celebrating this union. I just want to say a big shout out and a big thank you to our new sponsor, Oorla. And what is Oorla? I will not say, I will not explain because this episode is focused on that. What is Oorla? What are they doing and how they are revolutionizing the world? All right. Having said that, we have the co-founder of Oorla, very handsome, very humble, a good friend. Thank you for trusting. Let's all welcome Arvind. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for coming and being with us here in the show.
Thank you so much for inviting us as well, Jan. And we've been following your podcast, and it's really interesting, and we want to be part of it. And thank you so much for inviting us as well.
Yeah, and you are a part of it already, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, for all the listeners and viewers out there, I mentioned Oorla. And you might, been looking on it online. You type it online, you will see a lot of products there. They're pushing a lot of products out there. And I will avoid in mentioning those specific products because we're not advertising. This show is about authenticity. And the main reason why I am an advocate of Oorla, not because of the product. Yes, the product is good, but it's because of its ethos, because of the philosophy behind it. And I know Arvin here is the perfect person to explain, why is Oorla so unique in terms of its philosophy, its belief. It's deeply tied in culture. The floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So I just want to know like how Oorla came up. So it was kind of, as you know, it's kind of four co-founders. We started it. So it was actually it started as a challenge. Like, I've been into this startup industry, been into multiple startups for past 6 to 7 years. And, I was, trying to, make another startup. And that's where I found other co-founders, and we were having a casual chat. Okay, let's restart it again. And, one of other co-founder who is from US, they had a problem. Like, they've been in, they are from India, and they been to US for past 12 years. And, they have a very simple problem. And that is like, they miss their, native, sweets and snacks and all the items that they miss their homeland. So they were like asking us like, do we have shall we find a solution for this? Like, we were thinking, yes, we luckily my earlier employment, we were selling products to US, and we had a good exposure. We understand the fundamentals, how we can send the products to US. And we know, yeah, I guess we have a solution. And we just luckily that was the time, the big festive time in India, which is Deepavali. So where we celebrate the lights, and we thought like, we can use this situation to validate our idea and validate our partnership, because that was our, I'm restarting again, and I would just want to understand the synergy of my other co-founders as well. And because we had a very good combination, I handle products. I've been into products for around 6 to 8 years, and another co-founder, he's into designing. So he knows the branding element, he knows the branding, how to convince the user. And we have another great guy from marketing. So, and our US co-founder from US, he's good at numbers. So, it was really very good combination to start things up. And we just started, like, we just had 10 days left before Diwali. So we thought like, why don't we take this as a challenge and prove our synergy? So we just wrapped up. We understand like what we should. So for the Diwali, this festive is like the main thing we thought is like gifting sweets. So
Right.
that is one of like in Tamil we used to call like palaharam from Oorla. So Oorla is like that's where the name Oorla. Oorla is like
Yeah,
it's a Tamil.
I was about to ask the question. Where did the name Urla came from? And now I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So Oorla is like it's a Tamil word, and which is called like the place where you're from, like Oorla. So why we thought like Oorla is a general thing, like it's a place where you get something from, and where we can say. So I'm from this Oorla. So I'm from. So it's kind of unrelatable, and it's so commonly used word here. So we thought like why don't we use Oorla? So we luckily got that word, and we initially we that was like one of the things that we thought it's working, because it's too tough to get a word, 5 letter word in domain, and in that is Oorla.com is so we felt that lucky, and we thought like we'd stick with that name. And
Very catchy. Easy to remember,
yeah.
easy to write down. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So it was the start. It went well, and we want to the key point is like they miss their speech from each place is from Tamil Nadu. So we started look around with the what are the products we can give. So we were looking at like what kind of way we can push it to audience, and how. So that's where the idea came up. Like why don't we make it as a box, so that has 5 sweets and 5 savories. So they experience total Tamil Nadu, which is southern part of India. So starts from Nagarkoil, which is the top bottom of the part, and to till topmost part of the Tamil Nadu. So we covered almost all the places. Tamil Nadu, it's like the complete diversified. Each and every place has its own taste. So we started with like the Tirunelveli, where the alva is so famous. So we were had an idea like like let's make it as a combo box. So the Palahara Petti is like something which is so relatable for this festival, because Diwali, where the parents bring sweets and snacks from the places and distribute to their children. We are so related to it. So why don't we do the same feeling? Why don't we give the same experience to the users in US? Because they miss the sweets that is one of the special occasion where we used to sit together and make sweets with our grandmas, mothers, and it's kind of a good union that we used to have a. But we cannot give that experience. At least we can give the sweets and snacks experience. And like once they have a bite, they can relate it to their homeland, and at least like they don't miss their homeland for this festive. To this
That's what makes Urla unique.
Yeah, yeah,
Because you're more than you're selling the product, you're selling an experience, right?
yeah, yeah,
And I love that it's something that brings you back to where you started. Or
yeah,
in our case, like we're not from India, but because of that product, it gives us a glimpse of the experience, of the culture, of the story behind Orla. And
yeah,
that
yeah.
for me is magical, right?
Yeah, it's really like we were so much excited. Like initially we had just two few of items, but when we dig deep into it, we understand like how diversified, and even we were not so aware of like what were the products there. This helped to understand like how much possibilities we can bring in. That's where we started it. Like okay, we'll go with one box that comes from your homeland, and each and every bite, it's from like each and every part of Tamil Nadu in that whole combo box. We'll let like you will travel like whole Tamil Nadu, like you'll have thousands of kilometers, and it's just put up in a single box. So that's where we decided, yeah, we'll go with only one product, that is a combo box, that is easy to relate, and we don't want to complicate audience to understand much. Like it's simple. You get a box, you get total sweets from Tamil Nadu, and it's made by artisans and makers like who are like minimum 50 years old, to the vendors from 100-year-old, so that the tradition is preserved, and you get directly from them. We don't like do anything, just buy and pack it and make it like more. We just add a convenience factor to it and give it to you. So
Let me focus on that. You mentioned that these vendors are, some of them are tribe, like an old tribe in certain areas, and in a way, Orla, the business helps them, right? Helps them
yeah.
to earn.
That was the the second part we had, like when we had the top bottom covered. What we were thinking is like we also came to understand we are helping them to digitalize. They are
Exactly.
very local vendors. They are not exposed to digital much. They are famous in their area, but we want to be a digital face to them. And we want to like why can't Oorla be a digital face to all these traditional makers, and we can connect to them. Like when you mentioned about tribes, I just want to like I mentioned another product that came after Palayarpati, which is the honey and honey related products. So we actually came to meet one of the he's a professor. So he had done his doctorate in research of like the tribal group. So we were known like the honey is one of more debatable product, like whether it is genuine and what it's as known, like it's really hard to find the genuine product. So we happened to meet this professor, and he told like I can connect you with a lot of tribes from this Western Ghats hills. Like it's kind of one of the biggest thing from it starts from South India, and it cross like it has a lot of coverage. And he told like you cannot get more products because these are collected by the tribe. And it's kind of like he coordinates with around 26 tribal groups, and each tribe has their own unique product. The honey we source from like it's like one tribe can collect around 10 to 20 kgs max. They collect all the products, and they form like the common point, and from where we it get distributed. And yeah, initially we definitely had some hesitation because we just want, we understand like the proving honey is so authentic, it's really tough. And so we took every batch, and we went with like met a few of professors from the food tech industries, and we did basic tests, and we found it's the product is genuine. And like we also understand these are not commercialized version of honey. You cannot get every day. You get only on the seasons. If you are lucky, you get same amount of honey every year.
It's
So
the wild honey, right?
yeah,
It's the
it's
wild
pure.
honey.
It's kind of pure and natural. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
for all the listeners and viewers out there, Orla, our new sponsor, which I love so much, they send us items, packages, and one of those products that they send us is this like it's like a bottle this big. It's wild honey, and guys, the reason why it's so amazing, of course, the taste is, it's very authentic, but the reason why it's very amazing is because the story behind wild honey, and that is what Arvin is
Yeah.
explaining. The process that I like that you mentioned that because it's authentic. It's not the commercial processed honey. You can only get it in season, right? And if you're lucky, you can only, let me use the word harvest honey up to a limit, right? Each tribe can only harvest up to a certain limit. And with that said, you are blessed that you have an opportunity to taste and to enjoy that wild honey in that little bottle. And I have been given that opportunity. So for all the listeners out there, people on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, guys, more than the taste, for you to know that you have a limited, a one of a kind product a story inside a bottle. You should work on something like that, Arvin. A story inside a
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah. Actually, each product has a story. Like, I just want to reiterate it. Like, each product has its own story and has its own history. Like, the save we get it from, like, it's a 100-year-old vendor, and like it's been like 2 to 3 generations. Like, each and every product that we sell has a story behind it, and it's really interesting. Even though it comes with the challenges with the pricing, but it comes with it, like it's not so commercialized, like the that's where one of the challenge that I want to add in, like the pricing part. The pricing is like we like, so far we have never negotiated with our vendors, like we don't want to negotiate, we don't want to play the low ball game. We just want to know, like we each vendor we are on board them, we evaluate them, like how much like how why they are famous, then how they make it, like we visit their kitchens and understand their process, like like is it like good, and like we shall be recommended, because people trust Urla. They think, like they get the products from the place that where they're famous for, and like they know, like they would have followed the stringent process in selecting a product. Yes, we do. And we spend, like 3 months before launching any new products. So like we buy it, we test it, we see, like when they get spoiled, because none of the products that we have don't have any preservatives. Like, we just buy it and we
Well,
play with.
let me stop you there,
Yeah.
Arvin. This is amazing. None of the product, of course, the food and beverage, it doesn't have preservatives, and it is 100% authentic, guys. Check out. I'm an advocate for this product, because not only, yes, they're selling the story, you're being part of the culture, but again, this is a product that is something healthy that would benefit your body, your mind and soul. 100% no preservatives. I love that you mentioned that, Arvin. I was about to mention that. It's good. They have which my favorite, by the way, the cocoa powder. What's that name again?
Yeah, it's cocoa powder. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it's chocolate powder. Yeah.
yes, it's 100% authentic. And what again, one of my favorite, the wild honey. It is so authentic. You can even smell, the scent of honey. Man, if you guys know Winnie the Pooh will grab this bottle and chunk it all down. That's how authentic it is. But before we continue on, the product itself and why it's healthy and it's beneficial for us to consume it. You mentioned challenges, Arvin, and I know there's a lot of businesses out there. There's a lot of company. There's a lot of startups out there that are now watching or listening to this episode. They're now looking at Orla as a guide. Can you share some tips on how to handle challenges, whatever it may be? Like in your case, you mentioned that you don't want to bargain and you don't want to ask discounts, because this tribe that work on products, they're 100 years old, right? So you want to help them to earn. That's one thing of the challenge, because again, you are still a business. So the floor is yours, my friend. Any tips on how to handle challenges? And if you can, add the challenges that you experience and how you overcome it.
Yeah, challenge is definitely part of it. Like, no, when we started with Oorla, we were discussing, right? Like, we found a combo box. So that the challenge was, first challenge is, like, we were playing with the time, like, since the product, none of the product has any shelf life into it. We are sourcing the products from different parts of Tamil Nadu, and we are coordinating it. That is one of the biggest challenge we had. We are playing with the time. We cannot miss a single day, because none of the product has preservative in it. They are very limited to shelf life. So we were, like, so conscious about it, ordering the product, and we want to maintain the shelf life. So we decided, there's a lot of coordination involved in it, and as well as for the pricing part, we don't want to like, push much further with the vendors. Like, when we started it, we told them, we will negotiate it. We want to go with the price what you had. And for logistics, like, everywhere we had challenges. When we inquired about logistics, we had only one options. we have to go with the DHL. So they claimed that they could deliver anywhere in the world within 3 to 4 days max. And since we were targeting for US, and they told, like, it is expensive. So we thought, like, we all the challenges we had is like the product is challenge, the logistics part is challenge, the packing is challenge, because we are sending it to different part of the country. We want to keep it, like, we want to maintain that authenticity, and we want to keep like, keep a premiumness to the products. And that's where we decided on the all the numbers, and that's where we decided the combo pricing works well for us, and as well as for the users. They get like 10 items and that $79. It was like, quite it's a doable price. And we felt, like, when we were initially, like, go through the pricing, and we decided this combo price, it works. So, like, the challenges we had, and we because of these challenges, we were able to price it well. And which complements everything, like, what we did is, like, we don't maintain any inventory with us. Once you order, we ask 48 hours time to the customers. Within 14 hours, we update the vendor, like, we have this so much items. Please send it as fresh as possible. Once we get it, we ship it. So that's the challenge we had still now is like the 48 hours that we took to prepare an order. It's still, we don't want to, lose on the quality of the product. And since we play with the time, so it was like, this once you have a problem and a challenge, you will definitely have a solution. You have to look outside of the box, and there will always be a solution.
I love
As we were speaking, like, we just had a 10 days time. That was a big challenge. We want to keep uh, as low as possible, and we want to, like, make it as easy as possible. We just don't want to complicate anywhere and make it so simple. But finding a simple solution is a little bit complicated, right? But we have to make it simple. Yeah.
I love that you mentioned that, in all problem there is always a solution, right? Let me add something to that. It's a homegrown joke here, when where I live. If in all the problem, in every problem there's a solution, because if there's no solution, then it's not a problem, right? Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it's definitely,
Right.
it's
Okay.
true.
Now we know the history of Urla. Now we know what it stands for. How it's really knitted and connected to the culture, the heritage, the story. What is the plans of Urla? Where is Urla going?
So Oorla, as you told, we just started with sweets and snacks because that's where we've been given the challenge, because Diwali is sweet. So we understood the business was doing good, and it was really, ready to invest. So Oorla is like, we want to like connect all the artisans, not only sweets. Like, you have the groceries, you have honey from Oorla, and you have pickles from Oorla, and you have saris from Oorla. Sari is like it's a traditional wear. Like, we source the saris from like authentic weavers. So, like, we started with soft silk. They are like, the vendors that we have right now. He is an award winner from our PM of India. So we met with him. He is the one who introduced soft silk sarees in Sirumugai, which is a local park in here, Tamil Nadu. So soft silk sarees, like, it's kind of, I hope like the Kanjivaram sarees are like the one of the expensive sarees,
Right.
which is exclusively for wedding. So, like, Urla is kind of expanding all vertical. We are also going to launch the crafts. We want to connect all the artisans. We want to be a good marketplace for the artisans with the fair price. And, we want to support them as much as possible. We understand that, as like, the comes with the challenge of pricing. But we are, trying to convince the customers and to understand, like, the pricing is not it's not expensive. It's the value for the product. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not a commercialized one. You make in small batches. The numbers are. We feel it's not expensive, but in a top view, considering the competitors, like, others, it's expensive. Yeah, we agree to it, and we are working on it. we are helping them to, like how we can commercialize them. We are helping them. We are lending our hands in, how we can give our technology to them, and how we can, work on the pricing. There is a lot of factors involved in it. And uh, and I just want to add one more point. There is a program called GAP we have. So that is get a pack, give a pack. Whatever the box you buy, we take a small amount from it, and we keep it as a contribution. Till now, we made around, close to 20,000 donations every till now, with all the, the childrens that you are, near babies who couldn't celebrate Diwali, and we will share all the sweets to them. And I'm really happy, the thing that we started here. We doesn't start as, we just don't start it as a business. We also started this as, as a platform that enables the vendors, to the grow much. And and also, for us, it's a first starter for us. We just want to make sure from day one we have to start our donations. The moment we started Oorla till now, we are doing regular donations, like whatever, however the order we have, we take a part from it and we donate to it. And it's actually from our pockets. We don't want to make it as a, like, tiny individual entity, and make it as a, we don't want to, like, commercialize it. We want to, like, we are just doing it from heart. We want to keep the donations, and we are just now, like, instead of donating sweets and snacks, we just stepped up our game, and we just donated, like, one day grocery to your local home here, where they rescue girls from, from other parts of. So it's one of the part, that we are really happy about. When I want to mention it, like, I'm kind of feeling proud. I started we started a business, and we can contribute something to the community, and we are just, like, it's not as, we started as a three, now it's a 50-member team, and all 50 souls want to, do the donation. Whatever the amount they have, they'll take from their pocket, and when we are fell shortage, and they helped us. It's kind of a community. And we are really happy that we are doing something back to the community, and we are inspiring them. We met a lot of kids over there, and then they inspire us. I'm really happy. Like, they told, sister, we want to be like you, and we will definitely, you are an inspiration to us. And this is this kind of a whole ecosystem. Ola is just not a e-commerce platform, who just sell it. It doesn't sell, it also gives back to the community.
And that's, that is what makes Urla special.
Yeah.
Let me say this, my friend. If you want to be successful in life, be a tool in someone else's journey towards success. Be a part of their journey in achieving that goal in life, that success. And clearly, Urla is doing that. Not only you help out those tribes, those local communities in building their life, giving them support and everything, but also you're giving back. And for
Yeah.
me, that is the essence of a successful business. And that's the reason why you're being blessed, is for you, Urla, to bless other people, to be a blessing as well. So, and I'm proud. I'm proud that, the Creative Talk podcast, me, Jan Santos, is a part of this story, is a part of this push
Yeah.
in helping out people, sharing, more than making a profit, sharing the heritage of India and helping communities and tribes miles apart, right? So
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for including me, including us. And together we're going to be helping and doing more blessings in this world, right?
Yeah, and we are more thankful for the customers. They are our investors. They are not the customers. They trusted us. We received a good amount of donations. We took everything, and we did as much as possible to the community, and we are planning to, we have very good, like, vision in terms of donation. Like, we want to be, one of the top donation thing in Coimbatore, and we want to grow it. And the same thing goes for the product as well. We want to bring as much as, artisans into it, and the local makers, and we want to give them a digital life. They we don't want them to give up. Like, they the thing is changing. We just have to change with the time. They don't want to have to change the product. Like, they have to just upgrade themselves. We are helping them, and we'll definitely,
Exactly. Yeah.
make them, uh,
Yeah,
successful in
support.
terms of.
I love that. Yeah, Urla is really operating in the context of supporting, local communities, tribesmen, because they have needs as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Proper goods for their shelter, water, and for their daily needs and savings. Right,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
helping them to create and support their future and their kids, and that's something that is very important because nobody's gonna help them in their journey, right? And it's very easy to start a business, but it's very difficult. It's a challenge to start a business like Urla is doing, and there you go and support people like this. And again, I'm gonna say it again. I am blessed to be a part of this journey, this push
yeah,
in reaching out and helping out. Thank you so
yeah.
much. But Arvin, we are not done yet. We started off by giving our listeners and viewers an overview of what Orla is, the uniqueness of Orla, the philosophy, the story behind the culture and everything. Now, you, as a representative of Orla, we're going to play a game. It's a tradition here in the show. We call it the Creative Fast Talk. All right. I'm going to ask you questions or statement, and you are not allowed to spend much time in thinking what the right answer would be. First
Okay,
word that comes into mind, you go. All right?
I'll give it a try.
All right. First statement. First question, sorry. Sun or snow?
Sun,
Structure or chaotic?
structure,
Love or money?
love.
If you were an animal, my friend, what animal would you be and why?
Bring. I would say buffalo,
Wow. Why?
because I have grown up with basically I'm from a farming family. My grandparents were farmers, so I spent my childhood with the buffalo, and
In the
uh,
farm, right?
yeah, and I kind of like it. The it's like it's completely different from how the cow goes. Like the
Yeah.
buffalo
Yeah.
is like kind of calm, and it
Yeah.
doesn't do much. I kind of related it to, like, it's the life is so simple, and it's kind,
Right.
whenever I sit near to it, I feel kind of calm to it, and I
Wow.
really like it, like, it's really tells something to me. Yeah, so
Wow.
and
Maybe the reason why, the people behind Orla is really focused on helping communities, helping tribes, is because, people like you grew up in farms. You have the heart to work. You have the compassion in the people that are really in the frontliners. Farmers, workers, and you understand that they need help, right? And now that you're blessed in a position that you guys own a company, you guys are running an international company, so now you are in the right position to support them. So
yeah,
maybe that's the reason why
yeah.
Urla is really helping
Yeah,
out and
that
doing
that is one of the key initiative, the vision, one of the, like, we want to connect the platform for the farmers as well. We just recently like partnered with one of the farmers. He started farming, so he been into his, IT industry and tech industry. He just want to, like, he had his own piece of land. We supported him, like, we bought, like, it's a South County RC. So it's like one of the traditional rice of South India. He wants to grow it naturally. Like, we cannot have an organic. It's completely, right now it's not possible. But he is trying as much as possible, and we lend a hand to him. Don't give up. Like, Urla we'll promote your product, and we'll be direct face of farmers. We are
Wow.
getting, the cane sugar from one of my native place, from Gopi Chettipalayam, and he's also a new farmer. Like, he been into a different government sector, and he went back to his roots. He want to start farming, and I like, he started, like, well earlier, and he is an inspiration to me as well. Then I thought, like, once I start a business, there should be a way that I should support farmers. There is no should be middleman, and it's the farmers, like the products that we have right now is very few. But I there is a problem with scaling and the other parts, but we are trying our best, and we are finding a good solution for it, and the possible solution that works mutually for it. And Urla will definitely bridge the gap between and farming, and
Ooh, I love
there
that.
should
I
be
love that.
we are trying to do that. We definitely the encouragement that we get from our customers, in
Mm-hmm.
terms of, I would say, like the corporates, I
Right.
just want to mention, like the corporate orders that we got, like
Mm.
it shows, like the ideas that we have, they helped us to validate them, because they want to give something special to their
Yeah.
employees. They don't want to just go with so and so products, and they want to put some efforts. When whatever the carpet I made till now, it's from Zoho. We gave it to the Amazon, and we gave it to Saint Gobain. They want to give like an authentic product to their employees. They want to relate it to them. So we
Wow.
just had a very good session with the corporate team last year, and we are growing with them. And also
Yes.
we as like we also had few of partners from USA. They want to have a shop. They have a shop that they want to list their products. I know they're really like want to be part of this community. We have a very good suppliers from like the vendors from US. They get products from us. They list it there from Europe, and we had a very good response in Australia as well. We just want to like bring out all the products, and to the world, and they can experience everything.
Exactly.
We also ask other customers is, like, just don't focus on this the commercialized product. Just give a look at it and have a try. That's it. That's what
Wow.
uh,
Love that.
like,
Love that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure, you know, Oorla will continue to reach out and support not only the locals, the tribes, but in sharing that story behind the
Yeah, yeah.
product for everyone in the whole wide world. All right, thank you guys for joining out. People on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, please do connect with Urla. You just go and type urla.com. You will see their website, and you will see a variety of offerings and the story behind the story, the culture, the heritage. Urla isn't just about spice and ingredients. It's not about the product. They're about delivering unforgettable Indian experiences, and not only Indian culture, but a story behind the process. Like what we mentioned here a while ago, the story about 100-year-old tribe doing and harvesting the key ingredients in the product that we, Urla, deliver to you. So that's what we're passionate about. That's what we believe in. See, I'm saying we because I'm part of Urla, and we're really revolutionizing the world. My friend, before we end this amazing podcast episode, please do promote projects, products, or events, social media platforms. Please promote Urla. The floor is yours.
Sorry, I just lost your part.
Are you still there?
Yeah. I'm in. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Please
Yeah.
do promote Urla, any projects, products, events. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, like Oorla, if you want to, travel India, you just have to visit Oorla, and you can just try out the products, and you can experience it. Like, you can just sit at your place, and, you can experience total India. Then you're welcome to India as well, to all uh, anyone who tries Oorla. And, as a part of, like, Oorla, you can definitely reach out to us for, your corporate orders, wedding events, any festival events. Will definitely be a part of yours. And we can make the gifting more personalized, and we can help you with all terms of, like, like starts from packing, and we have a very good team in packing, and very good team in selecting the products. And so we will definitely make your um, event so memorable. And we had really that was the feedback we received from the customers. It's not like uh, the promotion, like these are the words from the customer, like you just made our event really great. The written gift was like one of the most memorable one. And most of the ones who tasted our products, like they reach out back to us, and they want us to be part of their events and part of their life everywhere. So it's really, I would suggest everyone to give a try and see how it goes.
Lovely, lovely. Again, guys, please do connect with Oorla. You can check out the products. They're not just about pushing products and promoting products. They're really passionate about sharing the story, the heritage, the culture. And once you get a piece of that, you will change your perspective forever. You will feel that you're a part of something big because you are. So please do connect with Oorla. I'm sure they can help you in your journey towards success. Arvin, thank you so much. You are a blessing. Thank you for trusting. Thank you for believing. Thank you for bringing in and partnering the Creative Talk podcast with Oorla in reaching out and changing the world. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you so much. It was really, like one of the proud moment for me, like, being interviewed, being in this podcast. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and definitely we'll work together. Thank you
Yeah.
so
All
much.
right,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Have a positive outlook in life. Smile. God bless. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for being with us here on the Creative Talk Podcast. I'm your host, John Santos. Don't forget to listen and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. See you again, always.